Hi, this is Marisha Trembetska, and Happy New Year. Obviously, everyone's now thinking, thank goodness it's New Year, and also everyone's thinking, New Year's resolutions. But what I always do at the end of every year, even at the end of one as bonkers at 2020, is I always do a review of the previous year before I head into the next one. There's a huge amount of business management productivity techniques and understanding about how to be a better business person if you look at the lessons you can learn from what has gone before. So, for example, every time I do a tour or take my show somewhere, I always take time at the end to go, what went right, what went wrong? And that's what I do at the end of every year. So this is a little exercise for you to have a go at. If you're not listening to this at the end of the year, you can do it now and just take it back to a period that makes sense, be it last 3 months or indeed the whole of 2021. I always ask myself the following 3 questions. 1, what were my biggest achievements in the period? So what in 2020 for me did I achieve? What am I glad that happened? They don't need to be singing and dancing ones. Sometimes managing to keep a roof over my head is a pretty amazing thing. The noise is a cat, in case you're worrying. If you hear some weird noises in the background, it's the cat. So in terms of what are you proud of, maybe getting through it? But it also could be things like I managed to have the mental health to get through. I didn't cry myself to sleep every night. It's not just about big monetary successes. It's mental health successes. It's maybe you got projects forward to a certain level. I had been saying for ages I was going to get my Love Your Creativity, my previous first podcast, loveyourcreativity.com. I started in 2013, and I had said for a couple of years, let me get it started again, because I stopped it a few years ago. And at least this year, starting in March, I got this podcast back up. So I'm proud of that. I haven't put bells and whistles on, in terms of numbers and achievements and... Sorry, it's dogs. But I am very pleased that since August, I have managed once a week to post a new Love Your Creativity and Make Money podcast. And also, this year, I started the Singing Psychic podcast. And again, since August, there's a new episode every week of that as well. So there's 2 achievements of mine. I haven't put loads of, make millions of pounds on my podcast. Haven't done that. I have had some press on them. But again, it's an achievement of both. Every week, somehow I turned up in my life and did 2 podcasts a week. I've had friends of mine do amazingly on TikTok. I've had friends who've managed to get fitter. I haven't. So list all your achievements and those things that you did well. Maybe you made yourself amazing dinners. Maybe I once spent 2.5 hours making a cornbread once. I have to say that's both an achievement, it was amazing, and B, a disappointment, because quite frankly, that's never going to happen again. It was good, but not 2.5 prep good. But I digress. So first list all the achievements you can possibly think about, things you're happy about, things you felt were successful, things where you managed to get done even though it seemed impossible. Write that list of achievements down. I'm a great believer in paper and pen, but you can type it if you want. And then, what are your greatest disappointments? A list of your greatest disappointments in the past year. Now, I had lots of plans to do touring, some of which I'd booked, all of which got cancelled. I managed to... over Christmas 2019, I went skiing, and then I was actually in Miami Beach in January 2020. And then normally I'm always on a plane, and obviously everything got cancelled. So big disappointment that. But also I'm feeling, as I feel many of you are, I've never felt less fit in my life. Gyms have been open or shut. I just have been, obviously I've been self-isolating. I'm fine, but I'm just trying to be careful and help everyone just kind of move through this. So that's another... that's a disappointment in itself. What happened in terms of where are you disappointed? Maybe other people disappointed you. Maybe you had faith in relationships and situations that work-wise that didn't happen. Possibly you're disappointed in the government. Don't even let me get started on the Brexit and the Brexit deal. But anyway, moving forward. But I am pleased about, thank God America managed to get rid of Trump. Well, hey. So what were your personal disappointments? Health, money, did you not have enough saved? Did you have some saved and it wasn't enough? Obviously, you might have lost a job. I lost loads of work gigging. What were things you said you were going to do and you didn't? all those kind of. So what's disappointing? So sometimes it's personal as well as kind of out in the wider world. I started playing more guitar, and then towards the end, I kind of stopped. My nails are really long and looking fabulous, but my guitar playing's gone down the pan. So that's a disappointment in myself. I could have found the time and I didn't. So, and then I want you, third stage, look at your list of achievements, look at your list of disappointments, and then look at what lessons you can draw from that. Where, if you succeeded, what is it that made you succeed? It's not always luck. It's often maybe a bit of luck and a lot of work. Where did you keep turning up? What are the secrets to your successes? And equally, if you failed or if there was a disappointment, what is the lesson you can learn? Where is it that you could have done different things to have made things better? Either in the past when you didn't know about COVID, I accept that. But also, I could have absolutely gone running every day and I didn't. So when I then say I don't feel that fit right now, well, I could have changed that. So it's not a stick to beat yourself with. It's about looking at what lessons can I learn that I can take forward into 2021, both in terms of what made me successful, where I had successes, what did I do? So for me, every week, without fail, I made 2 podcasts a week. I stuck to my guns, and even though sometimes on a Sunday afternoon I was feeling super lazy and really did not be wanting to make another podcast, I just turned up. Equally disappointing, what lessons, what happened when you didn't get what you wanted? And I had promised myself I was going to get my Love Your Creativity book out, get your art in gear. I got so luckily busy in December doing some work and stuff that I just didn't, although the book was largely done, I just didn't find the extra itching and energy just to get it over the line. It'll happen. But again, I could have started earlier, made more moves early in the year, so therefore I would not have been so rushed in the end. So what are the lessons, both positive and negative? Write them down, have a think, and then finally read through all the lessons that you've drawn from both your achievements and disappointments and pick 3 of them and write them down as lessons to take and learn and really imbue into your life for the next period in 2021. And obviously there's a lot of language about how you coach goals, but these are lessons. Now, I'll do a podcast probably over the weekend now about other things I look at before I kind of move forward in terms of goals, monitoring everything, because we've all got to start gigging next year, hopefully get vaccines, start getting money in the bank from creativity, all that stuff where it really didn't happen for most of us this 2020. I'm recording this New Year's Eve. But really also let's look at, pick just 3 lessons, because if you pick loads, you won't do it, but just pick 3 lessons that maybe every day for the first couple of months you read them and go, oh, those are the lessons that I drew out as important. I think you'll find it invaluable, this kind of retrospective in a that worked, let's do more of that. That didn't work, why didn't it work? Or let's make sure we don't do that mistake again. This is how we learn. We get back up, we forgive ourselves. We get back up, we forgive ourselves, and we move forward. So there we are. So wherever you are in the world, have a fabulous beginning of January, and I'll be back again next week, and I am going to get this book out. My goodness. It's kind of done. It's just I've got to add a few more chapters, and I've even got the artwork done. It's just me being really wonderfully busy. I've got some acting stuff. Woo! First couple of weeks of January, first in a long time. I can't wait to get back on stage. Okay, lovelies. I hope whatever happens over this kind of period that we all move forward and... Oh, the cat's back. The cat is vicious. I love cats, but this one's got a... She dropped something in the middle of the night. And eats... What? Anyway, so I'll be back talking about how we can set goals creatively and how I move my life forward, if it's helpful. Hopefully it will. But anyway, have a think about that. List of achievements, list of disappointments, list of lessons learned you can draw from that, and how we can then imbue it next year. Because all the business tech and business psychology and motivation shows you that it's by doing more of what works and doing less of what doesn't that really, this constant ability to reflect and move forward. I do at the end of every show run or I do this, I look back at what's happened. So it's just really valuable. Okay, so have a great one. My name is Marisha Trembetska, and this is for my Love Your Creativity and Make Money podcast.